probably look really ratchet right now, and my fan is going in the background again because it is really hot. Hey guys, it's Olivia and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be me telling you about my student exchange and my experience. I just want to do this video because I thought it would be very helpful for those people that are thinking of going on a student exchange. And if you have been on a student exchange, you might agree with me or say, well, my student exchange was different because this and this. If you guys do like this video, give it a thumbs up, and you should subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I upload every Tuesday, and you should totally follow me on my social media networks. It's Twitter, Snapchat and Instagram, because then you can keep up to date with me when I'm not on YouTube. Let's get on with the video. The first thing that I'm going to talk about, because I have a dot list on my phone, but the first point that I'm going to talk about is like the types of exchange programs. There are different lengths of exchange programs. There's 1 month, 3 month, 4 month, 6 month, 5 month, 11 and 12 months, I'm pretty sure. I think there might be longer, but in Australia I don't think that's available with the companies we have. Yes, and you can go to various different countries. My exchange program company that I went with, G'day USA, that's the program, and then the company is EWT, Educational World Travel. They have other programs as well. EWT for G'day USA for 3 weeks. With my trip, we started off in LA for 5 days, and within that time period we went to Disneyland, Universal Studios, did a Hollywood Nights tour and drove through Beverly Hills. We went to Knott's Berry Farm, and we also went to the factory outlets because we did a day tour down to San Diego, and we visited Old Town. And then after that we went to San Francisco, and there we went to Fisherman's Wharf and to Pier 39, and we did shopping. And then we also did lots of shopping in like the central part of San Francisco, and we did a night tour, and our teachers got us to like go into a limousine, a stretched arm limousine to be exact, and we'll just blasting the music going around the town, and also walked across the Golden Gate Bridge, and that is longer than what I expected it to be. And then after San Francisco we went to the host family, and my hosting was in Sacramento. With the G'day USA program, the hosting options are San Diego, San Francisco, Sacramento. Those are the 3 in California. And then the next ones are Portland in Oregon, Seattle, Washington, Phoenix, Arizona, and Gladstone in Georgia. I don't know how to pronounce that one. Now, living with a host family, everyone's going to have a different experience depending on what their family is like, whether they're religious, sportious, depending on their job careers, and if there's any other siblings that are in the house or any other host people in the house as well. So for me, I was the only host from Australia. My family was the Lopez family. Photo right here. They were my family, and I probably had the best family in like my school group. They were amazing. Like they made me feel so much at home. If I needed anything, they would do it or go take me there or whatever. Yes, I was very fortunate with the family that I got. Also depends on like their lifestyle. My host sister Sienna, she was a year older than me, so she did soccer, and she was also on the news anchor team, and I got to be in the news anchor team as well, which was definitely out of my comfort zone, and I never ever pictured me doing that ever. It's definitely something different. So she did soccer and I did soccer, so that was one similarity that we had. We both listened to the same type of music, driving late at night, going to like Taco Bell or Starbucks, and we'd just be busting out those lyrics. Then there was also Yesella, or I call her Stella, and she was 7 or 8 at the time. So she was in elementary school. Can I say, the schooling in America is completely different. Like they have elementary, middle school and high school, and then college, and I don't think there was anything before elementary school. I'm probably wrong. But over here in Australia, the things that are mandatory is just primary school and high school. University or college is optional. TAFE which is like a step down from university, is optional, and then preschool before you start school is optional. School for them I feel like is the be all and end all. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the impression that I get and many other Australians get as well. And school over in America has a completely different vibe compared to Australian schools. They have rallies, which is like a prep thing before a sporting game or something like that, and then they have the sporting game and everyone goes to them. Like no one over here or near where I go to school goes to like the sporting games unless like you're going because they're your family or your boyfriend or girlfriend or something like that. Over there it's just like the whole school just goes and watch if they can. The school that I went to, it was just set out differently. Like they still had the periods and stuff, but we had to get to school at, I think it was 6 o'clock or something for the news anchor, which was a extracurricular activity in the morning, and then school would start at either 7 or 8 o'clock, I can't quite remember. And then after that she would have another class, I think it was like biology or something, for a period, and then she'd have, I don't know if it was economics or something, and then after that she had 2 periods of that, which I thought was really weird. But yeah, she just stayed in that class for 2 hours straight. And then after that she'd have English, and then after that she got to go home because she didn't do any after school activities. The cafeteria, that is, I swear that is like a jungle in itself. Like there's so many people and they're so loud, and it was cool for the experience because America is like so much more populated than Australia. In the area that I was in, there was like 5 elementary schools, and then for those 5 elementary schools there was 5 middle schools. For those 5 middle schools there was 5 high schools. That is just crazy for like one suburb, or they call it town. So obviously the cars were a different side, the money's different, so obviously different countries are going to have different things, fast food things and restaurants and retail services and whatnot from country to country. In-N-Out is the best thing I have ever tasted in my whole life. Oh my god, In-N-Out needs to come to Australia. Please bring In-N-Out to Australia. Okay, so I do have some do's and don'ts for your exchange program. Before you leave, FaceTime your host family as much as possible, whether it's just you and your host parents, or you and your host siblings, or your family and your host family all together in one, so that way you can like get to know each other more, and your parents will probably feel a lot safer when you go, and that way when you do get there it's not as awkward. And before you go, save a lot of money so you do not run out, especially if you're on like the 3-month, 6-month or the 1-year programs or even more. You can run out of money really quick. When you're over there, call your family every once a week or every fortnight, however you feel comfortable. Just let them know that you're okay and how much fun you're having and all the things that you've been doing, because they'd love to hear your voice and see what you've been up to and whatnot. Take lots of photos and lots of videos. That's all I can say, because if you don't, you are going to regret it. Take plenty of photos and videos for the memories. When you're over with your host family, offer to pay for your things just so they know that you're like not a scab or just living off them, because you're in their house. You do have to respect them, so definitely offer to do things. Don't call your family back home every single night, because you're just gonna get homesick. You don't want to be missing home when you're trying to have fun. Also, don't spend your money all in one hit, or not one hit, but like don't buy something as soon as you see it. I guarantee you're going to find it elsewhere, maybe cheaper or a better deal where you get something else with it. Do I recommend going on an exchange program? Yes, I do. I'm happy with the experience that I had. I'm very grateful for the experience that I had. I'm grateful for my family that I got with when I was over there. I was grateful that my family even let me go. By going on an exchange, it taught me to save. It taught me to try new things. It taught me that I can be okay being independent. It taught me no matter like where I go, I was halfway across the world and my family still did care about me back home. It told me that I can make new friends across the world. I'm getting really teary over this and I don't know why. Why am I crying? I think it's just because I miss it. This time last year I was in America on my exchange program, and I'm having really big withdrawals right now. I had the best time, and if I could do it again I would absolutely. Why am I crying? But yes, if I could do my exchange program again, I would absolutely do it in a heartbeat. Even though it's a short time, I had the best family to do it with. Why am I crying? I was crying when I left them, and I was only with them for like 2 weeks, and I'm crying, and I'm crying again just at the thought of it. But yes, I definitely recommend going on an exchange program, and anyone else that has been on an exchange program would know that it's the best time ever. You make some really good friends, you make the best memories. I need to stop crying. That is the end of this week's video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. If you did like me crying, give it a thumbs up. If you've been on an exchange program, just give it a thumbs up. And if you did go on an exchange program, let me know in the comment section where you went to, or even if you've hosted someone from overseas, let me know where they're from down below, because I reckon the hosting part would be even cool as well. Also, let me know in the comment section what videos you'd like to see from me in the future. Also, follow me on my social media networks, Twitter, Snapchat and Instagram. That way you can keep up to date with me when I'm not on YouTube, and subscribe to my channel as I upload every Tuesday. As for that, I have nothing else to say, but I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!